Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to more Herman Electro, where today I plan to do a bit of editing and just show you some interesting levels on the way down into the depths to see if we can manage to solve another level or unlock another character. Things have gotten really difficult with all this combination of elements that we've got, but I will see you when I see you. Alright, I don't know that we've seen this room before. And it looks like we have to do some toggling in order to get some AND gates working. Okay, that opens up this side. How do I get this going? I would need to get this bit turned on. So what could these possibly do for me? I guess if I had a water bucket, which I spent in a previous room, I would have been able to turn this on and then... No, the water bucket wouldn't actually connect this wire, I don't think. So how am I going to get this electrified? I'd have to get this electrified, which means I'd have to get this electrified. Oh, I can just use the wire cutter because it's a NOT gate. It's not an AND, it's a NOT gate. Okay, so I can do this. There we go. Alright. That's kind of a weird room. I'm trying to imagine what other ways you could use the top portions to solve it, but I'm not sure. Alright, but I made it through the first level very quickly. And we still have a gun in our pocket, as well as whatever we get from the toolbox on the second level, which is a saw and 3 ways to go. So we've seen a variant of this room before, but it didn't have these 2 concrete blocks that are right above me right now. I just want to verify. Yeah, I'm trying to go to the left. I cannot push a battering ram through the concrete blocks. And so... if I used my gun and my saw, I would be able to push the battering ram down and then over and then up and then through. And is there any other way that I could imagine doing that? I don't think so. So I'm going to choose to use all of these resources just to kind of verify this and actually solve this battering ram room that previously we weren't able to. Very cool. And just for fun, battering ram can destroy wooden blocks too, right? Yes. Okay. So we could destroy like a whole lot of this room just for fun. It is kind of fun. This is a room that I've seen before. I never figured out something good to do with this box. I was wondering if somehow I can put it in a place that changes the geometry so that I can step on this, which will let this guy out but also open the way to the toolbox. And use the box somewhere to create some extra geometry to get this guy hung up on, was what I was thinking. But let's see. He can push boxes. So in order to get him hung up, it would have to be like up against something else. When I step here, he'll be running back and forth with me until the point where he can kind of see me to chase me, which I guess I would be somewhere up here, at which point I'd be like 5 steps ahead of him. Suppose I just walked all the way around. He would be chasing around behind me, and so I wouldn't be able to get in and out. But suppose I had like the box somewhere. He'd always be pushing not toward the box. I feel like the box is here for a reason. And I haven't yet figured that reason out. Pushing the box into the hole early doesn't seem to change anything. It allows me to walk down here. These are uncuttable wires. So we'd have to end up sticking this. Is there a way to reopen this? It would involve breaking the wire or breaking one of these in order to kill this guy. I mean, obviously I can just shoot the guy. I've got a gun. I've got an extra gun. But I feel like I haven't figured out the purpose of the box in this room yet. And that part still bothers me. But I feel like I'm still not figuring it out. Also, do boxes set on pressure plates? They do. Alright, so we learned something there. But yeah, I don't see a way to outrun this guy ever. And I don't see a way to get him hung up on the geometry. Actually, right here... Yeah, if I get him here, is there any chance that I could walk around here and get him caught in this corner? Except for then when I come up here, he'll just be chasing me again. And there isn't another, like, useful geometry corner that I could take advantage of. And since he can push the box, I don't think I can create another corner somewhere else. And also, if I try to put the box against a corner, then when I'm running away from him, I think... Yeah, I think it's just not going to work out. Alright, let's just have him chase me. Like, I can always shoot him down in a little bit. But I'm just curious. If he chases me around this way... Oh, he does get hung back up over here. Can I take advantage of this somehow? I can't push the box all the way down into this corner. Although if I could, that would box him out. So I guess the box is, if I had a plank, it gives me a way to solve the puzzle, which is I could put a plank, before I open this up, I could have put a plank over the hole, then push the box into the corner. That would keep the zombie out, then turn everything on and go get it. So maybe that is the purpose of the box. That at least sounds like a plausible reason for the box to exist in this room, just so that it can work with some other puzzle elements that don't happen to come into play given my current inventory. I think that seems plausible. Alright. What's going on here? I like the fact that there's glass, so I can see what's happening here. So this guy is going to try to walk with me. And... it kind of works in my favor and kind of doesn't at the same time. I'd be able to walk up here. I'd be able to walk up here. I could walk across the wires on the left side here. But then comes the problem. So I'd need like a plank, I guess. And then on the way back... yeah, I think I could step on these three things again, so I think I just need one plank to solve that room. So let's take a look at other rooms and see if there's another place to go. I think in the controls there might be a sprint button for getting through rooms quickly like that, but I've never bothered to look. Have I seen this before? Doesn't immediately seem familiar to me. Alright, well, pressing this will let this guy out. Pressing this would lock it back up. Is that what I'm seeing? Well, this is already electrified because of the NOT gate. Yeah, so once this gets stuck down, all these things come down. But then everything, well, the only mechanism over here could be re-electrified if something steps here. Yeah, and it's hard for me to imagine the circumstances where that really helps anybody. I could use a water bucket to destroy the power source, so that this will always stay up, because the NOT gate is always powering it. And then just do that. Yeah, that seems like a good way to solve this room. So, water bucket, destroy that. Now come in here and get another water bucket. Great. And what was the room to the north? Since I have you with me. It was one of these. I was thinking I'm going to need... Well, I could use a water bucket to power this. Yeah, I could just use a water bucket to power this. That's right. That's okay. No, these are stuck down. Crap. I did it bad. Can I get out of here now? I could use a water bucket to get back out. Yeah, so I might as well do that to stay alive. But now I need another water bucket to solve the room, or a plank. Alright, so I rushed in and didn't think about that. I was like, oh, I could use a water bucket to create a puddle to conduct electricity to charge the trapdoors. And then I can get to the toolbox. I was not thinking about my way out. And this one feels like I need a plank, like, I can't shoot the zombie. I think I'm stuck again. If I kept the water bucket in this room, then what? I don't see how I would have solved this either. So yeah, I died on my previous off-camera, and it looks like I'm dying here again, too. The puzzles are getting harder, or I'm getting dumber, or something's happening here. I have a gun, and I have fire, and neither of these tools seem sufficient. If I go to the north, I fall in a hole and die. If I could kill you, I can't, like, shoot you through the wall, right? Yeah, I can't shoot you through the wall. If I could kill you here so that you stayed dead on top of this pressure plate, or I guess any of these pressure plates, because they all toggle everything. Can the fire burn the metal walls? I'm not actually sure. Doesn't seem like it can. So yeah, I think I'm stuck once again, and it makes me sad. Alright, let me see if I can make some further progress. Alright, I happened to find another one of these bonus rooms, and have the resources to break into another one of these cells. So I'm curious to do so and see what I get. I got another flame. Yeah, and sadly that's the only one I can break into. Alright, I was hoping for something better. I mean, I guess it is a super tool, so that's good. Okay, here's an interesting looking puzzle. Looks like if I walk in when I step here, it's going to unleash the guard. Imagine the guard wasn't there. I could step all the way to here. That would unlock the gate. But then I can't conduct the power to here because that would blow up this, which I need. So I'd have to do like some sidestepping to retoggle the thing so the power would get cut off. Yeah, I guess I could like sidestep right here to toggle this one back off. However, there's going to be a zombie chasing me. And with the zombie chasing me, I don't think I could ever get in there, so I could just use a gun and shoot him like right at the beginning, I think. And then do all the toggling the way I want. So let's just shoot this guy. And then try to execute my plan, which is to turn on power to here, great. Then sidestep to turn it off over here, so it won't get conducted into here, and then I can get out. Okay, that actually worked really good. Now, unfortunately, I left a zombie right in this room behind me, or a zombie, a guard, whatever he is. And he's not going to let me out. Well, that's a shame. I did something clever to outrun him in this room, and now it's come back to bite me because I had to come back through here. I don't think there's any way. Yeah, it looks like I just have to shoot him with my gun. Well, that's a shame. This is a room that I don't know that we've seen before. I could solve it with 2 water buckets, or a water bucket and a wire cutter. I have lots of water buckets, so I think I'll use the water. And it's going to bring me to the exit of this level. There is going to be a shop. And I could purchase a map for a water bucket. I feel like the map has got to have more utility than I'm realizing. So I'm actually going to purchase the map. And maybe it'll reveal like a secret on the next level or something. Is there anything else that I would want to have? I already have a gun, so I think I'm happy enough. Moving down. And should I reveal the map at the beginning? Yeah, I think let's just go ahead and reveal the current map. Alright, so it shows that the exit's going to be to the left, and there is going to be like a shop or a secret or something there. Flames could actually be really nice on that one. Or I could break through the concrete. So yeah, if I break through the concrete, I could do that one. This puzzle, a water bucket would conduct electricity here, and then a plank could go here. Or I could use 2 saws. I think those are my only options. Yeah, I think those are my only options, and I kind of like the water bucket plank. I placed it on myself and charged myself, and there's no undo. Oh, it's so sad. Why do these things keep happening to me? Hopefully I won't die again the same way now. Like, I didn't even mean to step there, but since I was stepped there, I was like, oh, I can place it onto myself rather than just to the left of myself, and everything will be fine. I need to blow stuff up, but I need to do so from a safe distance. I believe, especially since we're in the first room and we can experiment, that I could do this. Yes, okay, so the power gets conducted through the puddle over to the explosion. And we managed to do that. This is a room we've seen before. Alright, this is a room we've seen before. I don't think I've ever come in here with 2 saws, though. If I were to, like, saw here and here, I could push these guys to the left. That still wouldn't get me in. I mean, I could just saw through 2 boxes to get in. Is there some kind of clever way that I can, like, be pushing some boxes and do something, something, something? If I had a box and something else? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we did cut through here once with 2 saws. But I guess I'll do that. And check out what's down here. I think we've seen this room before. Let's see. Power is flowing through here. If I could add some water here, then these would allow us to step across. The power flows from this way, so it's okay for the top part to be cut off. So if I did a water bucket here, all of this would get cut off. I could do a water bucket down here, which could conduct power into here. So 2 water buckets would solve it, I believe is what I'm seeing. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Great. Great. And I managed to not step in a pool of electricity this time. So good for me. Alright, this room is kind of interesting and we haven't seen it before. I need to be careful. I could put a water bucket here, which would charge. I need to get this AND gate turned on. But then I'd be standing in water. So instead I should put a water bucket here to charge the left side, and then walk over here and put one here to charge the right side. And then I could walk out. I think that all works. So there's water bucket number 1. There's water bucket number 2. And now we go to safety. Cool. Alright, here's an interesting looking puzzle. I do have a gun as a backup. But I wonder if I let the guard out, if I can somehow trick him onto walking onto one of these. So let's see. If I walk in, I'm going to electrify the exit, but I'd be able to turn it back off with this later. But the first thing I need to do is throw a brick through here, and then the guard is just going to be like 2 steps behind me. I could make a full circuit around and have him chasing me the whole time. And what I wonder is if I can start walking across this and convince him to go downwards into there. So let's see how he behaves in that regard. And I guess I can just start heading downward right at the outset. So he has not followed me further down. If I go down and he goes left, then I'm going to be in trouble. Well, I'm already in trouble. So I guess I'm going to try this. Oh no, now I can't even shoot him. I'm already dead because there's no wait command. Is there? There's moving commands. Sprint was left alt, by the way. Yeah, if I take another step, I die. And I can't shoot him from here. And I can't wait. I didn't think about the parity issue. And so I'm just dead again. Not my day. I'm just going to return to the hub. I've been playing for close to an hour and really didn't make a lot of progress. Yeah, this game has gotten harder rather than easier just because there's so many different elements. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if this turns into enough for an episode. But wait, there's more. I decided to play some on my own. I was still recording, but not having live commentary going over it, so I was able to think about more things. And I solved some interesting puzzles and figured out some important things. And so here are some various clips from that session. First off, this is just me showing a variant of the battering ram room that we've seen before that I managed to solve with 2 water buckets. Kind of cleverly in order to power up the trapdoors so that I could push the battering ram around without cutting the power. Next up, here is a cool explosion room that I managed to solve using 3 water buckets. Once again, using water buckets both as a way to kind of like draw a wire on the floor in order to set up an explosion with one of the bombs, and also to depower a power source so that one of the NOT gates would trigger and set off another bomb. And so that was just kind of a fun room that I hadn't solved before. Next up, I found this room that had a need for 3 bricks in order to get at 3 chests. And for whatever reason, like I was pretty sure that I hadn't seen that many bricks before, and I was wondering about something and stepped on to this staircase looking icon, like stairs up or something maybe, that I had never stepped on these before on exits from lower floors, because the same icon basically happens at the start of the puzzle, and if you stepped on it, it said, would you like to give up and quit the game? And so I assumed that that was true everywhere, but it turns out that if you use it on lower floors, the stairs up just bring you back up to the previous floors, which means you can go back to previous shops that you've been to that you didn't have the resources to buy things, and now you can buy things. Or previous puzzles that you didn't have the resources to solve that now you can solve and get different resources. And so that opens up a completely new facet of the game that's allowing me to travel back to previous floors and purchase things from previous shops, etc. And so I spent a bit of time kind of going back and redoing some things on previous floors in order to discover if I could get 3 bricks. I was never able to do it, but I did end up spending some of my resources on other things to unlock some other resources. Next up, here's a cool puzzle that we had seen before, and I kind of died on silly before in a reflected version of this puzzle, but I managed to solve it with just 1 water bucket and 1 sponge. And so I thought I would show off this particular puzzle and solution just because I liked it. And as a result of going up and down the different floors, I was able to acquire some more scrap, which meant I could finally unlock a new thing. This was the only new item that I unlocked. We had seen it before on the screen, but I wasn't able to get it. It's a crowbar, and its capability is the ability to break down a electrified closed door, and I'll show off actually using it in a little bit. But first, here is a cool puzzle that I managed to solve with a water bucket and a plank. This was a layout that I had never seen before. And after studying it for a bit, I realized that using the water bucket to draw a wire was going to be a cheap way to do things, and I was still trying to hoard bricks. I could have also used a brick to like hold down one of the standing pressure plates. But I thought that was a cool solution, so I wanted to show that off. Then here's a place where I actually use the crowbar so you can see it in action. There were probably other solutions to this puzzle, but I wanted to use the crowbar just to make sure I understood how it worked and also to see if it had noise, and it does have a noise. That's a good one, so I'm happy about that. And in any case, as a result of traveling up and down different floors, I managed to accumulate 7 different resources that I needed to spend in this crazy shop in order to buy a phoenix feather. And the phoenix feather did save me once when I got down to the bottom floor, but then sadly I died again in a different room on the bottom floor, and so I didn't manage to make it all the way to the end. But in any case, knowing that you can travel up and down between floors is definitely going to be a game changer, and so hopefully that will improve my games in the future. So I'll say again, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon for more Herman Electro with a better understanding of what's going on.